Welcome back to Impartial Opinion, your host Tariq Williams. Before I continue the video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I understand, like before I even go on with the episode, because we got a very special one today. I just want to say, like, I do apologize for not being here. I mean, if you did watch the previous video, I did say I'm not shooting another episode until I get someone here. And ladies and gentlemen, it is true. It's finally happening. Finally, so a special guest today. Okay, I mean, he's someone that's really special to me. He's really special in my life. You can see we got a whole new setup here. We at his place. We're having a good time, just really chilling. We go way back. Okay, not only is he one of my best friends, he's a musical artist now. He's an upcoming artist. He's done many of shows, and it's just a big honor. I'm just so proud of him for what he's become, and the fact that we're here now. You know, well, without further ado, ladies and gents, please welcome my good friend, music artist, Earldridge.
You tell me to, yeah.
How you doing, my bro?
I'm fantastic, bro. How are you?
I'm
How
good.
are you doing in
I,
this?
you know what? I'm excited. I won't even lie. I've been waiting like for this day to like
Man,
finally come.
you've
I
been
mean,
asking for you know what? People don't even know this
mhm.
for as long as for as
Oh,
long as I
he's got
remember.
the glasses on now.
For as long as I remember, we've been trying to do this for a very long time.
Yeah,
So I'm really glad that it's
but
happening.
I've been trying to do this for a very long time.
Yeah, but
You have not been.
he's lying. I was also
You've
trying to
not
do
been
it for a
here.
long time.
No, you've.
I've
I've been
been
messaging you. Anyways, so we go way back. For those of you who don't know, Tino was, well, now your name is Tino now.
yeah.
Can you give us your full name actually for the people that are watching?
For those who are interested, my full name is Tinotenda Eldridge Mavata, but I go by Eldridge on stage.
That's actually what I wanted to ask. You know what's funny? I never ever knew that was your second name.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I was always wondering where does Eldridge come from, and it was part of my questions here for you. I'm like, where did that even
It's
come from? It's just your second name.
it's literally that. Yeah, like my mom decided the way that it's normally spelled is Aldridge, which is AL, then the rest of the dridge. And my mom, I think she thought it looked weird, so
Yeah.
she was like, I'm gonna write it like Earldridge,
Mm.
and yeah, it was kind of unique. I don't know if it was a sign or what,
So
but
is that how it's spelled on like your ID or
yeah,
something?
I spelled exactly like that on my ID.
The Earl, the Earl one.
Earldridge
The
is like
Earldridge is the one that's
on my
spelled.
ID. It says that like
Ah,
Eldridge
okay,
Maratha.
okay,
That's like
okay.
that's my real name. That's
So I just want to go back to like reminiscing quickly. I mean, me
mm,
and you we came a long way. I
too
mean,
far.
to be honest, like I never had this podcasting in mind the
Mm,
whole time. In like throughout high school and stuff like that.
yeah.
You always had this like singing ability of like wanting to sing and stuff.
Mm.
Where did that start? Like what made you that's the one question I always want to ask people when they can sing. What made you discover that you can sing though?
I discovered I could sing in Allo, like it's a story that I've only told a few people. Back in grade 6, we had this Allo teacher, and she made us write the assignment was like in our class you have to write a national anthem,
Uh,
and people have to come to the front of the class and sing it. So we had a double lesson for Allo, which never normally happens, and in this double lesson, people just kept going up and they started. I didn't at the time. I felt like I like to sing, but I didn't know that my singing was something that someone would like. Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is really nice. So, but I always thought like if I could sing, it would be dope. And then so during this class, people kept going up and they sang, and the class would go crazy, like and most of them were like really average, if not
Mm-hmm.
just below. So I kept thinking, if people are really liking this, like
Mm-hmm.
people are like, then maybe if I go up and I sing, people might, And I've always had this weird appearance thing where people always assume that I can sing. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I always feel like I'm one of those. So on the day, the first lesson goes by, I'm writing this national anthem, people are singing. Second lesson now pulls up, and at the end of that class, most people had gone up and sang, and I thought, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let me put my hand up and let me just give it a chance. And I remember my hand just being up, and everyone's like, the teacher's choosing some other kid, like, yo, you come and sing, and he comes, doesn't want to. Some other kid comes up and does it. Then like the bell rings, and the double period is basically over.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means that opportunity for me to sing was basically done.
Yeah, yeah.
But before we leave, the teacher's like, all right, guys, fine, let's do one more. And I've been like having my hand up the whole lesson, like the teacher's been choosing everyone
Yeah,
around me. And then when she's like, you know what, Tina, you come and sing. Everyone was like, oh. And it's like I'm walking up there to sing, and now the entire class is just like, this is about to be great. And I sang, and everyone was like, oh, this is incredible. And from there, like the reaction of the class was, I'd never had anything like it in my entire life. Like everyone was impressed by something I was doing, like significantly impressed. Like people were like, "Word, you can really do." It. And then it got me in favor with all the. Not that it made me get a girlfriend, or anything,
Yeah.
but it felt like I was
That's
closer than. And
I
then
mean, I won't lie. That's one of the things I can tell you now. If I could sing,
you'd
I
be.
would not shut up. Every room I'm walking in, I'm just.
At some point, people would just tell you to shut up. Like I've tried the whole. Like,
I know that the thing is though, like for the people who can't sing, especially like with like me and stuff, I used to make fun of people like you who were just like. I'm not gonna mention a name, but I remember there was a time in high school where Tino and somebody was playing a guitar. Oh, that guy who always used to play guitar. Forgot his name.
Smanga?
Yeah.
Shout out Smanga.
Shout out Smanga. He's always played the guitar, and then there was a point where like we were chilling, we were all having like a proper conversation, and then and then Smanga pulls up his guitar, starts playing it, and then Tina starts singing as well as Jordan. Shout out to Jordan as well.
Shout out
and then you all just had like a duet session, and like we were having such a deep conversation, and these guys are just now singing. It was so awkward.
Singing in high school was
she's
like,
I know. Now she's like, bro, this is where I understand where you say stop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You know what? It's like at the time when you start singing, it feels like everyone now wants to like
mesmerized. You know,
I also wanna sing next to you and stuff. So to me, the whole I don't know, singing was like when it started to happen, and I guess I started to get better at it. It was the only thing that I've ever really been good at in my life. I wasn't like an athlete, and I wasn't really like smart in school, and I wasn't I played chess, but I wasn't the best at it.
Yeah, you the reason why we were like nerds, and
I wasn't really because we just had no game. It was spent all them years playing chess in the class.
Just a quick backstory. Back in the day when Tina and I and a group of other friends as well, group of other people as well, we were very scared of initiation. So there was a point where there was chess at breaks, and instead of being out there in the wild world,
oh shit, you're right.
Remember, we used to spend our breaks playing chess.
Yeah.
I mean, at that time, I didn't know nothing about chess and everything like that, but I was learning and stuff like that. But the whole point, I just realized this the other day, like the whole point is that we were just scared. We were scared of initiation. We were scared of like being out there in the real world. I think only in grade 9 is when I started going out to the field.
Yeah, and I never gave up. Like, I stayed in the chess class until like grade 10, and then I was like,
yeah, no, we really did push that. I mean, how was your experience for high school? Because I know, let's be honest, our whole high school career, our whole high school session, session. What am I saying? Our high school career, quote unquote, we were together, but like I feel like we had different experiences. Because I'm gonna tell you something about Tino. Tino was a definition of lover boy in high school. Do you remember buying flowers? You bought flowers for like 2 hands at least, huh?
2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I might have done that.
I mean, to buy flowers at a high school, ladies and gents, it's absolutely bizarre to me. I could never, like, I respected the game, but then you know what the worst part was? Is that both of them rejected him.
One. It was only one I bought in my entire flower buying career. I bought in the flower buying career. I bought one. I remember now it was like yellow, like a bright yellow bouquet. That one went well. That was like my first ever like.
But then she turned up being lesbian.
Yeah. It was one of those. There was something that I was attracting there. I was just like, I don't know what it is, man. But me and you have good taste.
Your game was so bad. She switched genders.
She was just like, we're just in there together. And then the second time, I remember it wasn't flowers. It was flower. It was a
For who?
oh
No, so two of them were actual flowers. Did you buy another? Did you say? Did you have
nah.
another
One
flower for someone else?
there was a flower that was like for Valentine's, and then that one was okay. It was cute, but then it's like it
I don't remember that one.
was like in a trick.
Who?
I would say names, but then it's
No,
like yeah.
we won't say names. I mean, I won't lie.
It's
I
like,
don't feel like editing the bleep and anything.
it's like I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
leave it
yeah.
in.
Beep, beep, beep. But yeah,
You tell me after the show.
I was so well. Actually, at the time, I was like, I don't know, like I the connection of how people were romancing was so. I always did gestures,
Yeah,
and then after the gesture, I never really had the
you
game
were.
to
I won't
push
lie.
it afterwards. I'd be like, here, flowers, and she's like, oh, thanks, and then
You were that saying of like when a girl says that a guy is too nice. I feel like you were too nice to the girls. No, but the reason why I say this is because like in high school, like the Hans they weren't serious. You can't take a high school relationship serious.
I mean, like at the
I
time,
mean,
when you're in high school, you don't know that. You think everything is like very. I think it was a mixture of like, you know how most guys are like when you're in high school,
yeah.
because you're discovering yourself and your masculinity, and also you're going through puberty.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it was like, I guess I just didn't really know girls. Like I didn't know how
I
to.
mean, we all didn't though.
I
Like we
mean,
were all doing our own thing.
some guys knew girls more than I. Well, I guess we're all weirdly figuring it
No,
out.
you know what the problem is. I think it was just a mixture of like both sides of like teenage hormones just adding the heights, and so like if you were like really good looking,
Yeah,
girls would just like gravitate towards you, and like all of
charisma.
a sudden, yeah, charisma. You just have like natural game. Whereas
Yeah.
like other gents, they must just try a bit harder, and then that doesn't work because it's a bit corny. And
You know what I realize about it though, like even as a when you're growing, I guess as a guy, for me it's like it's the confidence of knowing
mm,
that like it's not about trying to win a girl over. It's just about building a connection by
yeah,
talking to someone. And to me, if someone had told me so much earlier that like instead of trying to impress a girl by doing all these impressive things or being this impressive guy, like just talking to someone, developing a relationship, and then having a I don't want to say boundary, but just knowing that, like, okay, cool. If someone likes me, then this is
yeah,
what they do and they like me. And if they don't like me, this is what they do and they don't like me. This is what they do when they're unsure about me.
yeah,
I feel like in high school, everyone is unsure about everyone because it's like you meet someone and you really like
yeah.
them, but then it's like, I don't know if I should date you because I also want to experience the world. So to
Yeah,
me, I
no,
think that's where I
I
was
couldn't take
learning
it.
to
I
be.
couldn't take it seriously. I won't lie. I just couldn't take it seriously.
But you was cooking the whole back in the
I mean, I was doing my thing. I was doing what needed to be done.
day.
I was doing
Tyre
God's work.
was always occupied with something interesting.
Yo, that is so true because um, there were so many times where people were accusing me of just being like, "Oh, another one," like, and this one now, and this one now. Especially like the gents were seeing this, and I wasn't seeing this. I was just like, I don't know. I just kept on ruining every like relationship I had or every like
Like a
small like
man.
yeah.
Like a man. You know, so you gotta ruin things. You gotta break a few omelets to make an egg or something. Gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. There's something
Oh
poetic
my
about that.
word. Yeah, no. We can talk about this all day. So we can go on about that. I want to speak about your music now and how it has developed as an artist. So one of the things that I would always remember of you, especially now that you like releasing your music a lot and stuff like that,
Mm,
is when you started recording with the headphones.
mm.
Do you remember like with there's a song that you've made and I still cannot find it. Like I need your what's that other phone, that Samsung that has like a curve?
The S6.
Yeah, the S6. You
Yeah.
had so many songs on that
Yeah.
S6. And bro, there was a
That
song that
S6.
like really captured me and for the life of me, you've never
Mm.
released it. I've checked on your whole discovery,
It's never
but
gonna
if
come out.
it's never ever.
Mm.
You have released a couple of singles. You started with your first album, just a prologue.
Yeah.
How did it feel like getting into that status of like building that album? What was the process of that? Because you've released a lot of singles and stuff like that, you know,
Mm.
but when you came up with this album, it felt as like someone who's been watching you for so long,
Yeah.
it felt a bit more personal when you released that album. So what was the process of that?
Well, it's like an EP. So the EP, I guess the whole point of making an EP when we first started, which is adorable now. I think that thing is like maybe 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was. I think it was it felt like an initial introduction, like a proper first introduction. The reason why it was even called Prologue was because it was my poetic take on the fact that this is the music I'm making, but I don't feel like
Yeah.
I've started yet. So I feel like the story or the book hasn't really opened yet, but this is what you read before it starts. And there it was like a mixture of creativity of the friends that I had, because when you see when I was sending you those earphone songs, because
Yeah.
I used to make music on my
Yeah.
I used to make music on an FL, but because I didn't have a mic, I'd use the microphone on the earphones that I had,
Literally. And
and
look, let me tell you, it was good.
it was garbage.
Like, it wasn't garbage. Look,
It was
as
like, you know what?
listen,
I think the modern day equivalent now is that you see a lot of younger artists use BandLab and they
if
record on their
if
earphones
but
as well.
if you hear it now, it'll be trash. Yes,
Yeah.
but at the time of coming out, no one was making music in our school like that, though.
Okay, I
You
guess
know, and then like
true.
you just have to be open minded as well. And plus, so like I won't lie to you, like I have like a producer ear type of thing.
Yeah,
So
true.
like I can hear past the scrappiness.
You can
I
you
can
can
hear the
hear the
potential.
vision.
Yeah, I can hear the vision. You know, I can
Double
hear the
entendre.
vision. Double. You see,
Yeah.
this is why he's an artist. Though.
That's why I
This is
get
why
the
he's an
big
artist. He's
bucks.
got big boss.
Crazy, but like in that, I guess that's where when I met my friend BT Audio, Banele and Jiggy, they became like my first like team that helped me make music. So
Mm,
that's where like the sound changed. Like my music was now being mixed more, and I had a producer who he was also quite young. I was also quite young, so
yeah,
now we could start trying to figure out this music thing by doing that together. So the EP when I initially came out was like, I think the very first step in the journey of 1,000 miles. I guess that was the first step to
yeah.
saying that this is the direction I want to go. I mean, like when I look back at it now, it was a nice EP. It wasn't as cohesive as I would have wanted it to
I
be
think it was
now.
amazing. It was one of it's really good.
It's pretty cool
It's very good.
for what
It's
year
very
was
good.
it?
Go check
2020.
it out. I'm gonna put it
Yeah,
there on the screen. Don't
Prologue
worry.
EP. What
Check
year
it
was
out.
that? 2021.
2021. I did 2021. I
Prologue.
did my research.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did his research. 2021, and that was actually the start of everything. To me, it was like that's where a lot of people got to learn about me as an artist. That's where I initially pushed it from there, and then yeah, now we're here.
I
All
mean,
these years later.
yeah, that's really cool because then like now you just like keep releasing, and the type of music you make is very like alternative. You also rap as well.
We
For
do
those of
rap.
you who don't know, you before actually we go on with this, make sure you go check out all of his music. All these links are gonna be below in the bio. Make sure you go listen to this guy, Spotify, Apple Music, everything. It's all out there.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, it's a Amazon. Yeah.
How did you get
Tidal.
that right now?
Shout out to DistroKid.
My bad. Yeah, so yeah, get it on all those platforms. He's really an amazing artist. So I'm going back to the topics of it, of your, it's like very alternative type of music.
Mm,
You do rap as well. What is the feeling that you want your fans, or like the people, first listeners, or even your fans,
mm.
to like feel when they listen to music? Like what type of music do you want people to like dance to your songs? Do you want people to feel it, or is it just a mixture of everything? Because that's what I kind of get when I listen to music.
Yeah.
I mean, when I listen to Prologue, and then when I listen to like the more recent stuff, the more hip hop or Afrobeat type of stuff,
Yeah.
it's very jumpy. Prologue is very like
So it's young and
it's
it's
just
sweet.
very young and it's
Yeah.
soft, you know. So, what is the main purpose of like the feeling that you want to give out to the people when they listen to your music?
To be honest, I've never really known how to settle in a genre, and I think once you kind of have a genre that you feel like is your strong suit, then you kind of know the intention behind. You know, let's say for
Mm,
example, if you're Rema, you know that you want to get people to dance. If you're
yeah,
Yeet, you know you want to get people to feel swaggy and
turned
dance and go
up,
to those.
yeah.
So, to me, I've always just been like I like to express what I feel currently in the moment. So sometimes I might make a song where I want people to dance, or I might make a song where I want people to cry, or I might make a song where I want people to just
It just
feel
like,
sexy.
I won't lie, you are that diverse, you know, especially
Mm.
when I listen to
Shout out.
Hume and stuff like that, which we'll get into soon. Um, it's just like it's a very like it's just so different.
Mm.
And I remember there was one time where I forgot which one it was, but we had a session here where
Yeah.
a listening party.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember
For
the listening party?
yeah, we'll
We
never be
were
June.
so, you
Yeah.
remember that also? It was, yeah, there was, I don't know, there was just something about
Ja.
that. That was,
I'm so old,
bro. That's what I'm saying. You've been like, we need to check your knees. How long you've been running the
It's like,
streets?
oh man, I've been doing the most.
You've been doing the most, bro. Like, I don't
ACL.
think you realize the impact that you've been making, and
Mm,
like, especially if someone who's followed you from the beginning
yeah.
to like now, we can see the progress that you've made over the years and the
Mm,
consistency that has like paid off in a way, because you can consider yourself still an upcoming artist, right?
yeah.
You feel like you're still working. Get more into is that, what is it like being in the music industry? Is it, oh, are you still on your own like pathway, or would you consider yourself in the music industry of what you've been doing? Because I feel like
Mm,
you always recording and always doing this and
yeah.
always at studios. I saw last night you had a studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you always like at
Lusanda.
studios and stuff like that. People were sleeping over at your house. You were sleeping over at studios before.
Yeah.
Like, so would you consider yourself, how's that being in upcoming artist in the industry?
Well, the interesting thing about, I guess, being an artist is that, and I always had this weird like battle in my mind, is that like you feel, when you're I guess up and coming, there's a so many points that you ask yourself, like, okay, to at what point is this up and coming, or at what point am I now part of the industry?
Yeah.
And with me, it's like you start to really see the machine. Like, when I was younger and I was starting out, it didn't really feel like there was anything. There wasn't a community. There wasn't like a people. There wasn't an audience. There wasn't an infrastructure. There wasn't even money,
Yeah.
and all of that. So now that I think I've spent a couple years trying to figure out what that is now, it's like I find myself in spaces around artists who are big, and they have like all these big teams, and now you're in
Yeah.
the studio
Yeah.
sessions with the bigger artists. So now it's like, if you start feeling like you're part of the industry, like
Mm-hmm.
when people who are in the industry themselves are calling you up to either do something or work on something, then it's like you're part of the ecosystem. So to me, it feels like, if we were animals in the Kruger National Park, I guess now I feel like I'm one of those animals.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I'm with the impalas and
You
we're
you
doing
kind of
our
you kind of like were
impala
like,
thing.
in an upcoming being an upcoming artist, you kind of like were a outsider looking in to like what the industry could be like,
Mm,
and then now you're actually in it. So that's what you feel like. You feel like you actually like getting more into it now.
yeah, man. It's like you can be in it, but then it's like, are you on top of it? Is the
Yeah.
question. So it's like a lot of people are not even in it,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people are in it, but they're not on top.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like, to me, I guess the goal would be, once you find way in, then you can start dreaming about the top once you're in.
yeah, yeah,
But like, for a lot of the people who are outside the club, I guess it's like everyone's dreaming about getting to the top, and then once you get in, you kind of realize how intense it is. Because I guess the music industry isn't too different from any other industry. Like, whether you're selling socks or you're a
yeah,
plumber,
yeah.
or it's like it's also affected by the economy, and
Mm-hmm.
policies that are enacted by politicians. That stuff affects it too. I don't know where I'm going with this politician point, but
Yeah, I won't lie. Must be very careful because
yeah.
this guy will. Just as a callback, back in high school, Tina was attacked by a group of females in one class. Do you remember that debate that
I
you
remember.
had?
Yeah, I was telling my girl about this the other day, where I was like, yeah, I was attacked by a group of girls because I said that the average girl wouldn't like have an advantage in a team with the average boy playing soccer, and it
But
turned
it
into
was that stupid like, girls are equal to guys,
a
masculine, like muscles and all of that, and like, anyways, we can go
yeah,
back.
yeah. Shout out
Let's
to
go back to the music. I just wanted to give that call back because that's the type of
yeah, just
person
remembering that,
I'm
and
just
the entire first period was spent with me just getting surrounded, bro. And
for some reason we didn't have a teacher that day, huh?
I think she came, but then she might have been entertained by the war. She was.
Yeah, it
What's
was
her name
bad. I
again?
mean, I did not have your back.
Nah, you
I
didn't.
did not have your back
But
there.
that's what God did
God
against all
did.
those wicked women.
Let's talk about Babel Hume.
Favorite topic.
This so you've developed this group
Mm.
where each of you all have played, like, obviously you have different roles in
Yeah,
the group and stuff like that. Where did it start? Let's start there. Like, where did this all come from? Because as far as I know, is that you've always just been a solo artist,
yeah.
and then slowly people are coming in, and then now you've developed this Babelium and Mango Farm
Mm.
type of thing. So tell me all about it.
So the whole Babel Yum thing started with initially Babel started with me, Cheeky's Tapes, and BT Audio, and we made this group to make songs for other artists. So we were a production
Look at
group.
me, nigga.
You want me to kiss you or something?
Okay, go on.
So we started as a production group. I would write the songs, G would produce them, Banele would mix them.
Yeah.
And then in this like group of us, we used to go out and find other artists. So it'd
Mhm.
be like, let's say for example, I find you, and then I bring you into studio. Then Jiggy is making you the beats.
So you doing the scouting?
Well, it was a mixture. I think Banele did most of the scouting.
Okay.
So you'd go find these people, clients, whatever, and work on that. And then it didn't have a name at first. Me and Jiggy got on a call and we decided to call it Babel Hume. So we called that Babel
Yeah,
Hume.
where does that come from though?
It's very
Your
funny.
ass just
I get inspired by I'm always inspired by Pinterest. That's my
okay.
if I want to name things or I want to create stuff, I go on Pinterest. So I go on Pinterest and I'm just like, we need to name our group something. So we're just scrolling through, and then after a while I find this word Hume, because there's a
Okay.
philosopher called Hume. And
Okay. Now we talking.
let's call our group Hume. And I
Yeah.
was like, Hume is cool, but it's not like,
Yeah.
we're just like, it's fine. We can call it Hume. I was like, let's think of something. Let's call it something Hume.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking through words, and then at some point I ran into the word Babel, and I was like, okay, yeah, Babel, Hume. And then after making the production group, we didn't do anything with it. Like we just left it like that.
Yeah.
And then I started making music with 16. I'm 16.
Mm-hmm.
Me, and SQ started like going to Vuyo's house all the time to like work on songs and would cook all the time. Then Jiggy started being along with the group as well. And then we just always used to go to 16's house, and there'd be like 10 of us, and we'd always work on songs like for I think for a better part of all of 2023. That's all we did. Every weekend, every week, we'd be making songs. And then at some point, without getting into too much of the nasty details, the group kind of went from 10 people who were always going to Vuyo's house to about 6. And
does that just happen over time, or
yeah, like sometimes
people just find their own path?
People just stop coming. Like I used to go to Vuya's house mainly because he was like a friend to me, and also I just like making music.
Yeah.
Always hang out. The other guys, some guys would come strictly for music. Some guys would be too far away, so they wouldn't really be able to pull up. So when the group got smaller and got smaller, we kept making music like that, and then 16's cousin, he got this gig where he was catering at this like restaurant, and then he was like, yo, do you guys play instruments and stuff? Because he saw us. Yeah, it's so crazy. We randomly started jamming the instruments, and we had this NPC, which is like a drum machine.
Yeah.
So Jiggy was really good with that, and SQ was already crazy on the keys.
Yeah.
So SQ starts playing keys, Jiggy starts jamming on the thing, Vuyo starts playing the bass, and we just started freestyling. So we'd do that as a hobby. For fun, would be just doing that as homies, playing music. And then his cousin one day comes, sees us doing that. He's like, yo, this is dope. Why don't you guys come and do this at my bar? Like, at this restaurant.
So would that be your your first live show, you would say?
That was like, yeah, I was initially
first quote unquote live show.
That was what set us up to get ready to do live shows, because like I think was it end of 2023? And then we started doing the meshes. Yeah, like around there, he said, yo, you guys can come to my restaurant. This 2024, yeah. So, and he said, you guys just start playing, just come to my restaurant and play. So we said, all right, screw it, we'll do it. And then we'd pull up there for hours, we'll just play music, maybe 6 hours, maybe 5, maybe 7. Just the whole day we spend freestyling and just playing in this restaurant. Sometimes it's packed out. Most times it was empty, like maybe 7 people, 8 people every Sunday.
But you played it regardless.
Yeah, we played it all the time. And then sometimes people would like us and they've seen us a couple times and pull up, what are you guys called? We're like, we don't know. We're just doing this for fun. We're not really a group like that.
And I have a funny question.
Yeah.
Was it like a mixture of race, or like was it like mainly
predominantly
black people, white people,
niggas? Like it was like
okay, so they just support the black culture.
It was like, what do you call it? It was a cater. It was called White Lounge, and the people who like
White Lounge.
Yeah, it was called
White Lounge of black people.
Yeah, White Lounge full of black people, and it was Xhosa food. So that's
cool.
So if anything, to be specific on those people, they were like Xhosa people.
Okay.
So they'd always pull up and then they'd make Xhosa food, and then we just jammed in front of them because that was like their audience. So yeah, those guys were like really nice and supportive. They used to always come and ask, what are you guys called? What are you guys called? And then at some point Nashe was like, "Yo, what's the name of your production group?" And I was like, "Babel U." And he's like, "Let's just use that name."
Mm.
I was like, "Nah, the other guys don't like that name." So we thought about the name for a while. Like, let's call ourselves the Offcuts. Let's call ourselves this and that. Let's call
Yeah.
ourselves. And then at a point, someone came and asked, "What's your guys' name?" And then Nasha was like, "Actually, yeah, we're called Babel Cube." And
You just took that
we
stand, yeah.
adopted that. And then from the moment we did, we started playing as that. And then we got booked for our first gig to play as for Rojo. He was
Mhm.
this artist. I was telling you about. He was pretty dope. He was doing a show. He needed a band.
Yeah.
People to play behind him, and that was like our quote unquote first
First.
booking outside of doing White Lounge. And then from there, it was.
Did you get paid for that booking, or was it just
Of course not, bro. Like
shit?
booking, getting paid for bookings is so interesting because
Are you making
the
money now?
oh yeah, now
Bad.
now it's like of course, but
Okay.
I think when you're starting out, the most important thing is a platform.
Exposure.
Yeah, like not even exposure, like a platform, like an opportunity to stand on a soapbox and do your thing and have people get introduced to that. And then
That means exposure.
yeah, well basically,
Dumbass.
I mean, fucking English major here, dog. Fucking who got 90% in English here?
Did you?
Yeah, I did 96.
You.
Yeah.
And he's not even from this country.
And I'm not even. This guy is from here. Ain't doing that. But
Yes.
yeah, that to me was like the most important part. Having the experience allows you to know how much your product is worth. So
Yeah.
you have to do it a bunch of times, and then when people can rely on you, or when people rely on your product,
Consistency. Also.
yeah, then that's when you can really start putting a price tag on it that people can respect. So it's like I've been doing this for I don't know a year, and this is how many people need me to help them do what they need to do. This is how much I charge. So with Babel Human was that like we started out as people's band. Like we would always be people's band. I'd be a backup singer, Jiggy's the drummer. Like the whole instead of us playing our own music, would be playing for other people instead. And we did that for a minute, all through 2024. I'd say a little bit of 2025, and then yeah, by the end of it, we started leaning more into playing our own music and then doing our own shows.
And also, like for those of you at home, keep in mind that like he's saying like 2024, 2025, and now 2026, where it seems like he's only been doing this for like 3 years, but like in those years, it's like consistent dropping and posting. And I mean, this guy shoots reels in his yard, in his bedroom, and stuff like that. And it's like that whole consistency, which like also made me realize a lot about the podcast as well, is that I really need to, if I really want to do this, I have to put in that effort as well, you know, because by the way you guys have been so consistent, like seeing people like being at one of you guys' shows, seeing people show up for that show,
It's crazy.
It's actually crazy that like even when you said like you were like it's just 50 people, I'm like just 50 people. This is a very like it was like a that previous show, the last show I went to for you guys, it wasn't such a huge space. So like if 50 people were going in there, that's a lot of people, you know what I mean?
70 people.
It was 70. My bad. Yeah, it was a very dodgy area. Don't ever invite me there again.
No, you're gonna come there again.
I will. You know what? For you, I will do anything.
But it is quite scary. I'm not even gonna lie. But the show was dope.
We spoke about the conflict, not the conflict, but like with the name, it wasn't liked about a lot of people, a lot of the group members.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like as you're not being able to agree on a lot of things, because surely that happens in the group where you're like, you create a song, he makes a beat, he plays the drums, but then everything is just like off key or something like that. That's not working. How do you guys deal with that? Because surely there's some disagreements.
There is. I think to an extent you have to have not to be attached too much to the ideas, because you'll notice that ideas hurt more when they're rejected if you identify yourself with the idea. So if I present this idea and I feel like my ego and my entire identity as an artist is attached to it, when it's rejected, you know, the initial reaction to that is aggression and anger. So in a group of 5 guys, it's like
you threw out before.
No, we've never gotten here. Yeah, I mean, luckily.
I won't lie, you ain't like that though. You're so nice.
We're so sweet.
You're too nice.
We'll most likely cry and fight about it if it comes to
so
it.
True.
But the way we go around making decisions is that if you can get 5 people to believe in an idea, or at least give it the benefit of a doubt, then I think it's movable. Like, because yeah, other than the voting system where it's like we vote and it's like if we vote and you lose this vote, it's like what's the point of fighting for the
Can you give
guys.
me an example of where that happened before, if you can remember?
Um, what can I say? Last thing we voted for was the track list. So the
Okay.
track list of the EP will be like, okay, I have this idea. It should be this song, this song, this song, this song. And someone will
Mhm.
say, nah, it should be this song, this song, this song, this song.
Mhm.
And I'm like, nah, my idea makes more sense. I go to the group, we go together, we're like, guys, my idea. And everyone's like, nah. And then
Mm.
we was like, what about my idea? And we're like, yeah, if two people are like, I mess with that, then it's like, okay, cool. Then you win that election. And to me, I think the beauty in it is anything we vote for should always be in the benefit of the group. It's not about me being right.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
present as many ideas as I need to be, but it's not that my ideas need to be the things we do. But we just need to do whatever is going to make sure that the group and the
That's what I
band
wanted to
go
ask. Like,
forward.
I was wondering if, like, does it ever get uncomfortable if, like, you were so set on this idea and everybody's just like, nah.
That
Like,
happens.
does it get you get like a bit
It happens more than you think,
really?
and but again, it's like that's where also you have to really, if an idea is so worth fighting for that you feel like it's like then you go do it by yourself. Like
Mm.
you go do it and you find the result, and when you get the result, you can come and present the proof of concept.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes I've really learned that it's like it's detrimental to really hold on to certain things, like if you don't get your way and then you kind of hold on to it like, oh, you guys are gonna pay, yeah, I should have followed my idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like it doesn't take you really anywhere, because if other people
Especially
can't,
as a group.
yeah, like if other people can't see the vision that you're presenting, then that means that the way you're presenting it isn't good enough.
Mm.
So it's like, instead of being mad, you should go back to the drawing board and find it. But there's so many ideas that I present that the group consistently say no to, and I keep bringing them back, working and tweaking the idea. And if they keep saying no, then to me it's like, okay, maybe it is a bad idea. But the day that I can make it a good idea,
Yeah, yeah.
then yeah.
Then
But
you feel
until
like you
then,
have
it's
that
like,
some sort of success at least,
yeah. But
instead of just being
I
shut down.
detach my ego from the idea. I'll have a million ideas. If they say no to one idea,
Yeah.
it's like, it's fine. I'll come up with
I
another one.
mean, that's why, like, as a group, it must be like really difficult. You see like these
Mm,
One Directions and all that. They always break up and stuff like that.
mm,
But like with you guys, it seems like you guys have a really good balance and understanding of everybody's roles and stuff like that.
mm.
With you still becoming that upcoming artist, are you more focused on the group, or how are you balancing being in the group and being a solo artist?
The balance, I guess, is one of those things that, like, it depends on what am I what are my goals, I guess.
Yeah.
It's easier to balance mainly because the two brands are quite aligned. So whenever I have time to do this, I do this, and then whenever the time for this is done, then I do the other stuff. And to me now, I think it's just the group are also my homies. So it's like someone asking you, like, how do you balance between work and seeing your friends, and to me it's like, okay, cool, my friends are my friends. Whenever I have free
Your
time,
work is your work, yeah.
I'm with my friends. The benefit of my friends now is that the Babel stuff has been able to, or I guess it's the quickest money I've seen compared to when I've done it solo.
Yeah.
Because I was doing it solo, it's like you raise money, but it's like it's a bit of a harder thing to do. But when you're with the group, it's like it's you generate a lot more. So because you're
But it
generating,
makes sense because in like for some reason
mm,
people will look at it from afar and be like, you know what, this is a more solid platform that
mm,
they look like they got their shit together.
yeah,
And whereas like it's like, look at this, who's this guy?
it's like,
He's
yeah,
trying to sing here on the stage,
and
you know?
I've learned a lot, and to me, I guess the band is just one of the many things I'm able to do. So I balance it mainly off the fact that it's like, okay, I'm a musician and I
Mm,
make music for myself, but I also make music for my band. The same way, if you were a producer, you could make music, you could produce your own music, but then you also have the same bandwidth to produce for other people as well.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have a very deep passion for the band. I feel like the guys have a similar passion as well. I have a very deep love for everyone in the band.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and that, I feel like, is what allows me to. The balance isn't as difficult. I feel like if I was balancing something like music and school, then I'd be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
shit, okay, that's insane.
That's also the thing. It was one of my last questions almost, but
Mm,
well, no, no, I'm not saying that this is my last question, but
mm,
it was one of the last questions that I had. Is that like doing this, doing the whole music thing and being in the industry and stuff like that?
mm.
Was this the only plan? Like, what, what was your plan if you want? If like, God forbid, your voice just stopped
Go, and it's
stopped
like
working, went mute.
I
Like,
don't.
what would be the plan if it wasn't for music? What else did you have in mind?
If it wasn't for music,
Especially after high school, because after high school you ain't do shit, nigga.
it's like I was
You
just really out here
you ain't do
figuring
none.
it. I think if it wasn't music, I'd be. If it wasn't music, to be honest, it's just like I don't know, nigga. It's like me asking you if you wasn't working the job you was working at, where would you be working? You're like, I don't know.
It's a pretty good.
It's like,
I had to think about it a
you know what I'm
bit.
saying? Like to be real, I have no
I
idea.
was
But
yeah.
I feel like I have a lot of skills that I've picked up from music. And a lot of them I picked up from doing the music thing. So to me it's like I don't know. I can't
I
really say, but it's
I
like
respect it though, because there's a point where like it just feels like, I know that you work hard for a lot of the things that you do, obviously,
mm,
but at the same time it feels like everything kind of falls into your section,
mm,
because like it's become your passion. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah,
like I feel like this is what you've attracted in a way, since because it feels like you've always wanted to be that
yes.
music artist and always wanted to be there, and I feel like you just kept on attracting that. So I mean, you're obviously okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine.
Mm,
You're trying to be.
kicking and everything. Like
I mean,
I'm as fine as I guess like you can be. You know, what I mean, shout out to being an
yeah, I
every
mean,
human
so I
being.
mean, you worked very hard in. So like, what is your goal as an artist? How big do you want to take? Do you want to take this as far as you can possibly go? Like, is this like your like, are you tunnel vision on this? Like, how far do you ever want to go? Like, even be unrealistic. Like, well, you can even be realistic if you want to, obviously, but like, I
Mm,
mean, like, what is like your dream goal? Is like, is it to like perform on like the biggest stages, like in what you call it? You did do Cotton Fest, right? You
yeah,
did Cotton Fest already, which by
yeah,
the way was a big achievement.
twice.
Every You did it twice,
Yeah, did it last year as well.
and you never give me no tickets.
Nah, you didn't ask, nigga.
Why must I ask?
It's supposed, how am I supposed to know? There's all these people. Oh, can I get free tickets? Oh my god.
Did you get any
Oh
traction from that, by the way?
to be honest with you, bro,
Cotton
it's like
Fest.
with music, all of it is like how do I say it? All of it is like I don't want to say optics, but it's not what you think it is, and not in the way that you think it is. Like I might say this, and then people think, oh, you know, so basically, Cotton Fest doesn't do anything. Nah, nah. But it's like, nah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing.
Cotton
Yeah.
Fest is like I guess it's a cultural hub. You know, it's like it's where, especially mostly hip hop culture came to kind of like celebrate
Hmm.
itself. So being a part of it in itself is a great credential to have.
Yeah.
Um, Cotton Fest doesn't change your life as much as doing a big show does. You know, you can go and do Coachella, you know, like, but that's not really gonna change your life. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
playing Cotton Fest is like, you know, if you're in the Premier League and you win a match,
Mm-hmm.
it's like that.
I see. I see.
Like you just
It's just one of like, it's just another like,
yeah,
it's another gig.
but it's not like it's just another gig, but it's not a gig that anyone can just go and do.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same way that if you're in Manchester United and you play Burnley, it's like
Yeah.
you just played Burnley,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not anyone can just go and play
Play Burnley.
Burnley.
That's true.
So it's like it doesn't change your life, but it's a really good sign to show that
It's a
within
big step to take, though.
within these spaces. So for me, it's like you don't play Cotton Fist and wake up tomorrow with 10,000 followers,
Obviously,
but
yeah.
you play Cotton Fist, and in the history of people knowing that Cotton Fest ever existed, you get to know that my name was put
Once on there,
on that
and
list, and it's
listen,
like,
it's quite a big event. If we had to, I just want to get into that quickly.
mm,
Because when you first did it, it was one of the biggest shows you've ever done,
yeah,
or if not the biggest show
it's
you've
the
ever
biggest at
done.
the
It's
time.
the
Yeah,
biggest, especially the first one that you did.
yeah.
How was that experience? Like, what was the preparation? What did you guys have to do? How did you? Where did it all start? So let's do this.
Yeah.
Where did you get that call that you could do Cotton Fest? How did you have to like apply?
Nah. I by God's grace, I ran into this guy. I made a new friend in uni, and then one day I went to his house. Like I think the second time I was hanging out with him, and then there was a guy there who worked with the people at Creative Corner, and he was dropping off a T-shirt because he was making merch for his brand Padral. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out Padral, and I just kicked it with him. Like I got there, I spoke to him,
Mm-hmm.
then he's like we're chilling, and then he found out about my music, and then I was like, that's calm, and then he leaves, and then yeah, like maybe a month later. he turns out to be one of the people who were connected to the setting up of Cotton Fest. So
Okay.
what was I doing? I was even like at the crib just chilling,
And
and
this
then
is just you now. Like
yeah, this
it's
is
just you and this guy talking.
no,
It
like it
wasn't.
was the three of us were chilling, like
Okay.
how gents normally
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
we're just kicking it. We're talking about
Yep.
lame nigga shit. We bun in Zoot, and then he leaves. And maybe like a month later, we follow each other on the gram like the same day. Then a month later, he just calls me up and he's like, "Yo, bro, like, we're lighting up Cotton Fest. Would you be down to do it?" I was like,
Oh.
"What Cotton Fest, nigga? What? That's insane."
Yeah.
And I guess the nice thing about Cotton Fest is that it does have like it's a big festival and it also opens up a lot of space for a lot of younger undiscovered talent to get that
Mm.
on, even if it's like, you know, playing quite early, but still it was like, okay, cool. Yeah, and then I did that and the show was
I was setting up the show because I know you guys. You told me that like there was a
yeah.
lot of things that goes into setting up
You see,
the show for Cotton Fest.
there's normally a lot that goes into setting up for shows. Cotton Fest was different because now I'm a band artist. I prefer to play with band. Cotton Fest is still backtrack. So yeah, the Cotton Fest day was dope. I got there and they
Wait,
gave
so with Cotton Fest you couldn't have your live band that you wanted. You
nah.
had to have so you had to get a DJ or
Yeah, I
something.
had to Jiggy
Jiggy.
Staples was DJing
And
for me.
shout out to Jiggy. Jiggy's
Shout
here.
out
Jiggy's here
shout
as
out
well.
Jiggy. He was my DJ. I was dressed in the worst outfit you'll ever see. I was styled by people who said they were styling me, but they set me up for failure. I had the worst haircut of all time. But my friends came out to support me, which was really nice. At the time,
Mm-hmm.
it was a really nice moment. But it was so awkward. There was a point where this I had songs on a hard drive,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I get there and they tell me they're like, "Yo, listen, I know you're early, but the next three guys before you are all not gonna make it." So
What does it mean?
like they're just not there. Like
Oh, they're just
the
not
next
gonna
three
pull up.
act, yeah,
They're not
there's
gonna pull up.
supposed to be three acts before you. They're just not gonna be
So
here.
you
So
better be ready now to perform.
they were just like, "Are you able to perform for longer?" And I was like, "Okay."
Oh,
But I'm about to go up soon, so I told Vuyo like, "Yo, listen, go put more songs on this hard drive, right?
yeah.
And then come back because I only had songs for my set, which was
Uh-huh.
like 12 minutes. So I was like, I'm gonna be up here for 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Go and get more songs and then get it to 30 minutes." They run, and it's like by the time we're at the stage, to get out of the venue and go where we parked the car
Mm-hmm.
to get to Vuyo's laptop to put more songs was far. So they had to go and do all that. I had to stall. So I'm stalling on stage and we're singing song by song. It's like it's been dope. My friends who are supposed to come and watch my set are late, so they don't get to see the first set, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Second I finish, I'm like, oh screw it. The guys come back with the hard drive just in time as I finish the last song. We connected all the songs they've put, the new ones,
Uh-huh.
they're all corrupt. So it's
No
like they're unplayable
way.
on the
No
CDJs.
way.
Oh, I'm so glad I get to tell the internet the story.
Yeah, go for it.
Since it's unplayable, I just decided I'm just gonna do my set again. Everything I just did, like all the songs, just gonna play all of them again.
The whole thing that you
The
just did.
entire set I just did. So I don't know why we did that. I just redid it. I replayed all the when I started replaying all the songs again. That's when my friends who were coming to watch me arrived, and I was like, oh shit. So for them, it was like watching the set for the first time again.
Oh my
And by the
word.
time they were watching us
How
doing it again,
I mean, I know that you have to focus on the show a lot, but like I'm pretty sure that you've seen some crowd reactions. Did you get any
you
like
know
weird crowd reactions? Did everyone
what?
too lit to like even notice?
Shout out to that audience when I did it. They were so nice and they were just vibing the whole time. So when I was like, oh, I'm doing these songs again, they were just like, yeah. And the song starts and I'm there for me. So it was dope. It was super sweet. It was like it's really a genesis. I think as an artist, it's like you always dream about waking up and you're at the final destination, like you're at Shakana level and you're very big. It's like to me when I think about that now, it's like I remember like I'm doing Cotton Fest, it's quite early in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
The crowd is also like quite small. And I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, in my head I thought doing Cotton Fest meant something different. Like I thought I'd do it and I'm really on the main stage and there's like a
Yeah,
thousand
yeah, yeah,
people and I'm
yeah.
singing and they're all like, oh my god,
How was that feeling though?
it's like you know what, man, when I did it, it wasn't anything like that. Like it's not that. And
Was it your first time ever experiencing that?
it was my first time being on a very big stage with really nice sound, but it's like the audience also is like it's still quite because it's quite early in the day. It's not closing Cotton Fest
Oh,
time. You
it
know what I'm saying?
wasn't. So it was like still people walking
Yeah, it was like
around.
flu,
Oh, I know what you mean.
and it's like at that time it's like you get up there and you're really anxious because you're really feeling like, oh, I
Yeah.
should be. But it's like a lot of the people who are doing main stage, it's like they've been doing music for a long time,
Mhm.
or sometimes it might be the only time they ever really do main stage
Mhm.
ever. So to me it felt like a really like great start because it was exactly, if I were to tell an artist what to expect in terms of being an artist,
Yeah. Yeah.
what I went through is exactly what I told them would happen. But it's a good thing that it happens like that. Like
Yeah.
it like I guess it flushes out all the poison in your head that makes you have these. There are expectations that are good to have because they make you dream, but then there are expectations that are not as good to have because they make you want to rush the process.
Mhm.
And to me, it was like being up there was the art, like being on a stage and learning to not, when you do a first, like when you do a few shows where people don't really care, you start to really appreciate the fact that when you're on stage it doesn't really matter, like people can either care or they don't care, but
Mhm.
I shouldn't be concerned with that. And I feel like I learned that skill from doing that. And then yeah, that's why I feel like the Cotton Fest experience is so dope. They even gave us a they gave us a bottomless, the people who get the tags, the artist
Yeah.
tags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the artist tag, and it's like for me, after that said, like I get off the stage and me and my homies we start going to the VIP lounge because we can get into the
Oh.
VIP because we have the
Okay.
artist
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like I'm back there and I'm like, oh shit, Shekinah, McClare, like I'm seeing all the
You see
celebrities in
all
the
these
back.
people here.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, now I'm back there and it's like me and my homies were young, we're like, yo, and they gave us, it's like bottomless I can't
You
even
don't know what
remember.
to do with that
Yeah,
drink.
so it's like we sit in trying and we getting stuck and I'm just yelling at the back, yeah, me and Nesky are going crazy. And to me it was like that experience is like, I'd like, you can't you can't experience that as someone who gets to Cotton Fest the first time and you're
Mm.
famous. Like if your first Cotton Fest is you getting there and you're famous, you can't do some of the silly stuff that I was
Oh
doing.
yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
walking
No.
around the venue getting mud on me and singing songs and dapping people up and having the time of my life. And I feel like now, by the point that Cotton Fest now becomes like a, by the time I did the Cotton Fest the second
Yeah. Yeah.
time, I didn't care. Like when I
You
did
didn't
my,
care about like doing like having more fun. You just felt like
yeah, I was like, I'm
doing your
done.
job
Yeah, I did
to
my job.
perform and go home.
After I finished, I went to my friend Ethan, him and
This
this
one from
girl.
last year.
Yeah, yeah, you remember
Yeah.
Ethan?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went up to him and I was like, him and his girl I was like, yo, you guys want to go to Cotton Fest? I took off my artist tag and I was like, here, this is an artist tag. It's not like a normal tag.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can go to VIP, tie it on the ends. I was like, you guys can go in and I'm going home.
Yeah.
So after Cotton Fest finished, I did the thing. I went home, and it's like there are people there who still feel like if they even got a chance to do Cotton Fest, they'd stay the entire day.
Mm.
I now did it, and because I did it, I now know what to expect from a career of being a
And
musician.
yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I realized that,
I
oh,
mean,
doing
you
all
grow
that,
every year
yeah,
though.
do not do it. I mean, it's over now. Cotton Fest, like they tried it,
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they
yeah.
did. They
But to
did.
me now, it's like the fact that I didn't have that. I didn't hold Cotton Fest as like that thing as the pinnacle of being an artist. I could actually do stuff that actually matters. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
what actually matters is creating connections with real people, growing as an artist, not doing Cotton Fest and being so swag and
But bro, I mean, at the same time, like I feel like what you did the first time was okay because it's first time for everything. You know what I mean? Like it's your first time performing such a big stage. It's
mm.
your first time just like enjoying it and embracing all of it. I mean, Shakan and them will probably be like, I don't want to fuck with this guy. I want to make music with him. Is there anybody like any like famous people that like have you been in contact with? Do you have any contacts with like anything?
I could we could spin them in like I know Shakana, her and I are pretty cool. Like,
Okay, that's
you
cool.
know, I don't know if he knows. I don't know if you're tapped into most
Mm-mm.
Okay, Zoima Day has also pretty dope. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would just shoot her. I also have some really good relationships with superstar producers. Like there's a guy called Billy Boy. He goes
Mm-hmm.
by Vamala now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dope. I'd say he's quite a highlight. There's a lady named Tanda Zide. She's also incredible. Like she's come to our shows.
You were
Uh,
also at Nadia Nakai's
Not in
studio.
the Cascade, yeah.
So tell me about that quickly. Just a short story of how did that come about? Why were you there? It was so random.
Okay.
It was
I
so
snuck
random.
in there. That's the
It was so
I snuck into the Nadia camp, but that's the thing that artists really do. Like a lot of big artists have camps where a bunch of people pull up and they produce music for the artist.
okay.
So one of my friends, because of his publishing deal, he had to go and like work on this Nadia
Mm-hmm.
camp. I just happened to be like, I'm coming with you. And we went there, and it's like, cool. And you're there with Nadia, and it's like, oh, I realized for me that the hip hop scene is not really my forte. But if I'm continuing back to even the famous people like the McLaren thing, like
Yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
McLaren is also pretty. I also got quite well acquainted with him. So in
Hmm.
terms of like the industry is so big from a distance. Once you're in it, you kind of
It's
realize,
like
it's
how
like,
small it
yeah, it's like
is.
it's small. Like you can run into anyone. Just like I was once operating camera and I got to shoot like for Nasty C and stuff and like people like
Oh,
Manana
really?
and stuff, which is
Do you remember when you came to our high school?
yeah. I remember. I even told him that story. I was like, God, look, you came to when you shot that hell no video.
Hell no.
Like I remember, I told him the story of how like there was a point where an entire crowd of people were just grabbing him, and I decided, you know what, let me also grab him like what everyone else is doing, and I just tapped him on the shoulder like boom.
Yeah, and
And out
then
of all the people who were tapping him, he turned around and looked at me. He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "Oh shit,
I remember there was a time, so that same section where everybody was grabbing him.
yeah,
I remember that like there was well, the matrix at that time, there was
yeah."
no bodyguards. It was the matrix rugby
Get
boys.
out the
They
way!
were
Get
like, get
out
out
the
the
way!
way. And then there was someone there grabbing it, and I saw like I mean I was like very skinny back then.
Mm.
I saw a gap, so I went around and I was like, "Show nasty!" And then he dabs me up, and then as he dabs me up, I'm just like falling backwards. I fall straight on my back, but I was just like,
Oh my god, I got to dab up Nasty.
and it was so crazy because like we were listening to him for so long, and like the tickets were like $5 to go and watch him in the whole.
Not even,
The
and I
whole
remember the sound was awful
it
too.
was
Like
so
it
bad.
kept switching off, and then he's there trying to.
Somebody had a video of me like with my phone, and like I had like no fade. Like my
Oh, you
hair.
just had the
I don't
hair.
know if you remember. Do you
I
remember that
remember,
picture? I wish I
yeah.
could find that picture somewhere. And I was just there like
Oh, what was he
just
singing?
cheesing.
Man, this shit hate you.
Just I was just like
Watch
I ain't got my juice. Yeah. So
it.
back to the being with the artist. So having those connections, you think that's helping you also like develop in the industry and stuff like that?
Definitely, because what I guess I realized is creating value not only for yourself as an artist but for your community, and I think that's what makes you wanna create or connect with artists who create value for not only you but your community as well. And I think for me, there's always like I wanted to get a feature with the big, even Clarity, the guy who
Mm-hmm.
produced for Elaine. Like he's a
Mm-hmm.
person who I looked up to for a while, and we became homies now. And he's really
Yeah.
like he's our band guitarist now. And to me, that's something that
Oh,
um
hold on. That guy for real?
yeah,
Like right now,
yeah, he's our guitarist now. And
the
it's
one
like
with the leather jacket.
yeah,
He always wears the
tall, yeah, tall,
tall.
dark skin. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I know that he's new.
yeah.
He's like quote
He's
unquote
like
new. And
produced
I
like
was like,
banger after banger
you
after
know, like
banger.
I won't lie. When I went to the last show, I was
Mm.
like, first of all, who is these niggas? Like,
It's
I was like,
like,
who is this guy? But then I was like, at the same time, then at the end of the show, I was like, damn, who is this guy?
right, cook. So this
Like,
is
he was really good. So wait, tell me about the story about him.
yeah, he was someone I used to DM once. I'm like, oh bro, one day we should work together. And it never really worked. But then as you're growing, it happens, and it's like you meet all these bigger artists, and they do accelerate what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
more. But you also start to really realize that what makes you accelerate is not a cosign from a bigger artist, but
Mm-hmm.
your impact as an artist is increasing, and they just happen them noticing you as a product of the hard work paying off. It's less
Mm-hmm.
about, oh, now they want to work with you, and when they work with you, the song gets bigger. It's like, nah, they're just seeing what's already in motion, and
Yeah.
they're joining in on that. And to me, that's what I realized. Oh, the value is not like, the goal is not for me to work to a certain point, and then Shakana is gonna take me from here to there. It's
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm already doing this, and Shakana is gonna be just a part of the ride to already
Yeah.
help that. So you're not as angry when artists don't work with you or bitter, because you realize that it's not like they're not gonna make my career.
Yeah.
They're also just trying to pay their lights,
Of
and
course.
it's
Of
like
course.
they
Of course.
maybe they might not even like your music, and that's okay.
That's true.
You know what I
Also.
mean? That's also like it's totally okay. So meeting all these people it's given me a lot of perspective, wisdom, really good friendships. Um,
Just building in the
yeah,
industry at this point.
even someone giving you a moment is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I had the moment with Maglera, what I really enjoyed about it was that I never really took the Maglera moment as like, a lot of people used to started hitting me up like, yo, Earl, this is it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is, I because of my experience of doing all the Cotton Fest and the other stuff and all
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of knew that this is not the moment. It's one of the moments.
But
You know?
yeah, that's the thing though. Like I think it's a different understanding from someone being outside or looking in
Mm.
and be like, "Yo, bro, look, you in Nadia's studio. Wow, look like
You
get in
you
there."
finna.
Meanwhile, you ain't doing nothing there.
It's like I'm just
Like you're
there.
just chilling. And then like from
Mm.
that's from my outside point of view, and then from an inside point perspective is like a whole different vibe.
Mm.
And that's what I kind of like I kind of like seen how that is, because like when I look at like how you move and stuff like that, a lot of the times you gave me a good perspective on that of like the background of being an artist. Obviously I'm not an artist, whatever,
Mm.
but watching you and stuff like that, it's more to than just like, oh, I'm posting nice to see this is my big break. It's just like,
Mm.
sometimes it's just like, we're just vibing actually.
We're really
We're just
chilling.
chilling.
Yeah, it's like this is part of the. I have enough confidence to know that okay, now that I'm aware that STC is not gonna make my moment, I don't have to have as much pressure when I meet him. And
Mm.
when you're desperate, people can tell in your actions and in your
Oh,
voice. So it's
I
like
can
if I,
only imagine
yeah, so it's like if I
though.
pull up and I say, yo, what's up, nigga? What's going on?
And you're like,
I'm the
hey,
heart. Can I freestyle for you?
freestyle.
It's not whatever. People who freestyle for you do it because they think you're gonna. People have freestyle to me like I'm gonna change their
No
life.
ways.
And it's like imagine if you saw someone freestyling to me knowing that, huh? Tino, really? Like this guy's not gonna do anything. He's not even gonna buy you a drink after you do all that. Like, no matter how dope that is. So to me, it's like knowing that makes me so aware of like the moments that actually matter. If you see me freaking out, just know that
Mm,
it means I see some. But most things, like you don't really freak out because you realize that it's just people. People view you as like an obstacle that's gonna, I mean, as a vehicle that's gonna take them to the promised land. And
yeah,
it's
I
like it's
mean, I
never.
do see that because there was one time, um, the June's art bar shows that you
Yeah.
used to do, a lot of people would come up to you and be like, "Yo, bro, here's my IG. You
And
should
it's
like
like,
we should work together." And Tino, and like he's like obviously he's a nice guy. He's just like, "Yeah, bro,
ah,
yeah,
shout
like
out, I'll
yeah,
take that.
yeah,
I'm gonna
I'll
do
let you know, I'll let you
out of
know."
respect. Yeah.
Meanwhile, this guy just like he doesn't probably never. I mean, he barely even messages me. Like, what makes you think he's gonna
I'm like,
message you?
well,
I've known him since grade 8, and he doesn't message me. What makes you
it's like, what's
think?
gonna change
What's
about
gonna
that?
change? You know,
And it's
freestyle.
like there's even more pressure because people are just so eager. And I was the same way. Like a lot of
Mm,
people are the same way where it's like because you're doing something I admire, I have hope that you're gonna hear how dope I am and you're gonna put me into those networks. And for me it's like the stuff that I'm doing now, I feel like I'm barely fitting in it myself.
hmm.
So I don't have enough wisdom to know how to make you a star because I don't know. If I knew how to make you a
I
star, I
mean,
would
you
have done
learning
it.
yourself,
Yeah, I'm doing it myself as
and I feel
well.
like even those big artists like Nancy C and them, I feel like they're also still like
Yeah, they are.
learning and stuff
They're
like that
trying
and
to they're
getting.
trying to break into whatever America or sustain money or make enough money to feed their kids, and it's like
Yeah.
though they're most likely to make music with an artist they think is like I like this guy, or I like his sound, or I like whatever's going on there. I want to be
Hmm.
involved. To me, if something big is to ever happen, I want artists to feel like I want to be involved in what he's doing. I want
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
contribute to what he's doing
Yeah.
meaningfully, not just do a song for the sake of doing a song, but I want that movement that he's doing. I believe in it so much that I think it
Hmm.
should. And knowing for me, it's like the goal is by the time that people are saying I want to be involved, and that means that my messaging and the product I'm selling is now
Yeah.
something people can believe in. So until that happens, I know that I must be working towards it. So no one's gonna come and give my pursuit meaning. No one's
Hundred
gonna
percent.
make
You're
it.
gonna have to create your own.
Yeah, and but the day that people come up to me and say like, "Yo," especially people I really respect and say I want to be a part of this, then that to me will be the sign that I've crossed that line. But until then, I
Mm.
enjoy the work until I do that, and that's what I'm constantly trying to remind myself that it's not about waking up tomorrow and Drake is hitting you up. But it's like the day that Drake does hit you up, you want Drake to say, "I love everything you're doing, and I want to be
Yeah.
involved in it, and I want to be a part of it." And then you can even queer Drake at that point
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're like, "Nah, the movement is doing what it needs to do. People believe."
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But until then,
Up soon.
yeah, being
Okay.
there.
So we can wrap up the podcast pretty soon. I wanna do one more question, and the last question is, what is your ultimate dream feature? Like, I want you to go like beyond, because like you're being too realistic for me in this podcast lately.
Mm.
This you've been like, bro. I'm being chilled with Nasty C and Chicana, so
Well,
like
I've been doing that
I'm
for
doing my
real.
dream. No, like if there's an artist that you feel like can match your music taste, match your vibe, and including your whole band vibe as well, that you could collaborate with, who do you think would that artist be to
Okay,
like match with that?
I'm gonna answer it by answering two questions.
Okay.
The first question was a question you asked me that I just remembered now, which I think I'm really excited to answer. Was that like how far do I see all of this going?
Mm.
And I
Callback, yeah, we do a
yeah,
callback.
I would love to go around the world, I guess, performing the music. I want to do a show in Japan, and I would love for the people in Japan to know the songs. I would
I have a
like
racist joke in my head.
please
Just
don't
go
get
on.
me cancelled on
Go on, I'm not gonna get you
YouTube.
canceled. Go on, go on. I
But
can't
it's
cancel
like
myself.
I'd love to do shows all over the world, generate enough money to support any creative idea I want to make. I have a vision of us doing shows in Europe this year. I
Ooh, this year.
yeah, this year I have a dream of seeing us like yeah, like on everyone's feed. That's what I'd love to see happen.
100%.
I want my band to be Coldplay. Like I want us to be as influential, I guess, in concrete as Coldplay. And yeah, and my dream feature would be like I'd love to make a song with Justin Bieber. Like I'd love to.
You think he'll match your style? Oh, I think he'll definitely match your style.
Yeah, I think
There's that one song where it has a lot of drums in it. It's like the way you done. I don't know what song that doesn't. Yeah, I feel like Jiggy can really kill that because what he did in that previous show, by the way.
He's insane.
Oh my god.
Jiggy
But
just
I felt that I won't lie, like just a quick
Mm.
off topic, but I felt the drums in my chest. Like I had flu from
and you felt the congestion
from the previous weeks, bro. And like I had like bronchitis, and when I went there, it was just like
craziest
it was amazing.
craziest
It was
players.
amazing.
To
Anyways,
me, I think before I
you
would
think
never.
Justin Bieber will?
Yeah, I think Justin
is-
Bieber. My dream feature for myself personally would be to make songs. A song with Bakar. He's this British artist who I've greatly admired, and like to me, the way he is like influences my freedom. Like the way that he's spoken his songs, and even his EP "Will You Be My Yellow" is what inspired me to just love the color yellow.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I love the color yellow because of a guy who made an EP called "Will You Be My Yellow," and just because I love that EP so much, my brain was like, you know, yeah, fuck it. My favorite color now is yellow, and it's like every time I see the color yellow, it makes me feel like me. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I love.
yeah.
So I hope for it to be that. I know it's gonna be that.
There we
Justin
go.
Bieber feature would be great. Maybe a song with Drake, and then I body him on a 16. You know what I'm saying?
What you are? Come on.
Hey, me and Drake, man. Me and 16.
Drake?
Hey, Drake.
The nigga that
I was wrong for the sound. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be grabbing the wheelchair, man. Drake. That's.
I'm trying to think of which artist would match. I mean, I know you were Tyler Creator fan for a very long
Tyler
time.
Creator is like love him. I don't need it as much as I did before.
Oh yeah, you were obsessed with it.
Like to me,
Would you take it? Obviously,
I'll take it. Yeah, of course, I'd love it. To me, I realized with Tyler, what he really like instilled in me as an artist was just like his desire to create and his freedom to create and his love in stuff that he like, just being able to love your shit. And to me, I think I realized I used to want to be Tyler, but then Tyler made me appreciate that if I have stuff I like, I must lean into that. Just lean into the stuff you like. If you like podcasting, it's like don't lean into exactly that.
Yeah.
If you like
true.
weird music, or you like weird hobbies, you like collecting weird shit. Like what I used to think I should
like our geography teacher with the rocks.
Yeah, well, rocks and feeling young people's abs. Save that for the police. Goddamn criminal. But,
should not mention names.
But yeah, that's what I realized. It's like learning to accept yourself as the person you are.
Yeah.
As weird as that is, or as cool as that is, for me, I feel like what's made me feel cooler to a lot of people is the fact that I really enjoy being myself.
That's what I love most about you.
And people, I learned that so late. I wish I knew that in high school. It's like me enjoying being me and doing.
You know what?
Yeah,
I get you because I've seen that for myself. When I'm at like, when the moment I get to that point when I'm just like, you know what, everybody. I'm just gonna do my thing and
Mm.
do what I feel like. People are all like, hey, it's
Like, oh
alright.
my god, this
But then like
guy's
when I'm in my head the whole time when I'm stressed and all of that, people are like,
it's
this
true.
the guy don't
If you
gotta
wanna,
figure it
to
out.
me, it's like if you wanna know how you proper show that you're being like yourself, like
Mm,
the song that you really love, like songs that you really love, like playing a song that you love and
mm.
just singing it and dancing to it.
Oh, it's the
Like,
best feeling, isn't it?
to me, I think that's the closest. Like, I've seen people play music they like, and then the way they just vibe to it makes me think, oh, that guy's so cool.
Yeah, because when you do it yourself, I think that is where you are at your
Yeah,
like just
everyone is second guessing themselves.
yeah, that is
Even
so true.
me, I second guess myself.
Bro, with
So
the podcast, I second guess
yeah.
myself. I'll be
So when I
honest
see
with you.
someone who looks like they're not second guessing myself, I just assume they have to be cool because of why are you not second guessing yourself?
100%. Like, how do you have your life so figured it out that you
Yeah,
can
it was
just be
like,
yourself?
and most people don't.
But
And that's the
that's a conversation for another day.
yeah, that's a podcast.
Earldridge, Tino, can you give us one thing to close off of the podcast? Something that like maybe you've learned or something that stick with you. Like, what's the best advice you've received in being an artist and stuff like that? Just to
Um,
close it off. We're closing it off now.
I think before I close off, I'm also very proud of the fact that you're doing the podcast thing.
I appreciate you for
You're
that.
still doing
Yeah, I
it.
won't even
Yeah,
lie.
no, shout
Yeah,
out. Like,
we're doing our thing, bro.
yeah, but people wouldn't.
Look how far we've come from
Hey,
grade eight.
hey,
You were
that's
doing
what I'm saying.
look how we linked. Like, look how those.
Everything comes
Anyways,
together. Like, never stop doing it. Like, if that's your, and I guess if I'm not jumping into a piece of advice, maybe it's not the best advice, but it's something that I learned yesterday, having dinner with some important people,
mm-hmm.
and the only thing that makes you unique to the entire world is your understanding of the world, and by that I mean lean into being your uniqueness comes from you, just
Being
you being
yourself.
you, and making the stuff that feels like, whenever you make stuff that feels like, oh, this feels too much like me, it's like, yeah, that's what makes you unique. Don't run away from it, embrace it. Be as weird as you need to be. Be Explore deeper into that. Everything you like,
I like that.
dive deeper into that. Do it more. Do it a lot more, and ask what more can you improve to make yourself feel more like yourself. And in that individuality of mixing all these different things you like put together is where you come out and you stand out, and your standing outness is what's going to inspire other people to do the same for themselves and free themselves from the shackle of always second guessing themselves, because
Yes,
everybody's
sir.
doing it. So yeah,
And
be
you
be
know,
you.
he means it when he lowers his voice and starts
Yeah,
talking sexually on the camera for some
and
reason. Bro,
pop
just
that pussy
be,
for a real
be.
nigga.
I'm cutting that out. All
South
right,
Africa.
ladies and gentlemen, Tino, thank you so much for being on here. My very first guest. I know that I've been off the grid a little bit. Life got in the way. Get over it. We're here now. We're doing what we need to do, what needs to be done. Shout out to Tino and go check out his music. If all the links are gonna be in the bio, he's gonna give it to me because I don't know what the
I'm
hell
gonna give it
was
to you.
was all
Ah,
pause.
what kind of podcast is this?
I mean, what did you just say earlier, like 2 minutes ago?
I don't even remember. That's stuck in the
Regardless,
past.
before we get into it, because we can talk about this the whole day. There's still a lot of things we haven't spoke about, so maybe we might do a part two, even if this guy actually replies to me next time.
Yeah, maybe next time I will.
Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Before I end the video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go check out Tino and Babel Yum. They're doing amazing things. They are absolutely they're the next generation when it comes to music. Huge fan of them. You should also go watch them live as well whenever they have shows. Everything's gonna be available in the link in the bio. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching. Impartial opinion, baby. First guest. Let's go.
Yeah.